everybody talking about the Super Bowl and the Winter Olympics, but there is one story that is brewing that is way bigger than both of those two combined. And that is, of course, the potential return of Serena Williams. She is eligible to play from the 22nd of February of this year. I personally am super excited about whatever plan she has. There's no question that there is a plan. There is something that is sort of bubbling around in the background. What that is going to be fascinating to see. But I think in the same way as we started this sort of podcast about great players being given the latitude to be able to decide what they want to do, no matter how great the risk or and fear of failure, that she should be welcome back with the sort of fanfare that a great deserves, Andrea.
I'm so excited. I mean, I think it's no secret that Serena always was my favorite player. When she won the US Open at 17 years old, I was 12 and I was sitting in front of the TV, and not even in front of the TV while it was happening, because I wasn't allowed to, because it's in the middle of the night in Germany, but the next day in front of a replay. And it was the best moment of my life. And then playing her was another crazy moment. I never beat her, but I did play her 5 or 6 times. So I'm so excited. And just to put a little context around that, she's eligible to play from February 22nd, as you mentioned. Austin starts on February 23rd. And then I was already looking at the calendar, Mark. And then Indian Wells, Miami would start. Indian Wells, I think, what is it, March 5th or something, March 6th. So definitely all in the schedule and in the possibilities, in the realms of possibility for Serena Williams. I just searched the entire internet to try and find whether she has said something already about it. She still has remained calm. So the only thing how we found out is that the ITF released their players of who is eligible to play due to the anti-doping thing. Wait, it's not even the ITF, it's the Tennis Integrity Unit, right?
ITIA.
I guess. ITIA. Oh God, all these organizations, and I get confused. But the ITIA, exactly. So they have released a document, and one of the players was Serena Williams, February 22nd. I can't wait. What is your guess? Indian Wells, Miami, would you guess? Or
I mean, I got to feel that, if she's going to do this, then why would you not turn up at Indian Wells and Miami and play doubles with Venus? I mean, that's
yeah.
I
think
think
only doubles, or you think she will give it a crack at singles?
I hope she goes singles. I really want to see it. I think it would be great for the sport. There's no doubt that so many eyeballs are going to gravitate towards the sport. And it's been the same when Venus steps onto court. Everybody looking at somebody that has just been a legend of the sport, the longevity. You question your own kind of drive for perfection when you look at people that are, have done everything, that basically are still out there trying to compete at that scale. Is her game scalable? There's no question that it's still so relevant, even in the power game. Obviously, the question mark is not probably for Serena. Can she do it for one day? I don't think that's in any doubt. But whether she can put back-to-back matches behind her over the course of whether it's Indian Wells or 2 weeks of a major on the singles court, that's obviously the question that's going to get answered at some point. But you don't put yourself back on the ITIA list if you don't have a plan. If you're Serena Williams, there's no point in complicating your life to the degree that you have to, as you know, Andrea, better than anyone else, that you have to allow people to know your whereabouts every minute of every single day. Otherwise, you run the risk of being, in a very uncomfortable situation. So, there's no way, given her life with her family and everything else, that I can see that she's put herself in that position to be monitored as carefully as she's going to have to be if she isn't going to come back and try and make something extraordinary happen.
Well, and that's a really good point. Maybe not everybody. We obviously in tennis know what it entails to be on the anti-doping list, but maybe not everybody knows. So in these 6 months that Serena has put herself back on the list, is not her writing her name on the list and that's it. She has basically put herself back in the pool where she has to submit every single Every single location of her day to the data of the anti-doping agency. They know exactly where you are at all minutes of the day. And also, they will test you whenever they want. They will show up at 5 a.m., they will show up at 3 p.m., whenever you want. They will show up. So, exactly as you said, if she's putting herself through this, which is definitely an impediment on the comforts of your life, she is planning on something big. And I personally can't wait, Mark,